High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
A couple of old rivals get to renew their familiarities tonight, and it's for playoff and district and city bragging rights. The pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services will discuss all of that right after this. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to another edition of High School Baseball on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. They would be very excited for this district matchup as the Arlington Colts get ready to face the Lamar Vikings, two old rivals. My pops Doug says that this was the rivalry in the DFW area, particularly in the city of Arlington back when he was in high school. So there's a lot of rich history between these two teams, and both of them sit tied in the district standings at 6-2 each. So there's a lot riding on this series. I'm Zach Arnold, and I'm joined on the headset this evening by a regular cohort of mine. I think this might be like the third game we've done in the last 4 or something like that. Cameron Wilcox joining me on the broadcast tonight. Cam, it's a little bit of a different vantage point for us being a little bit further up the baseline, but luckily we got our transmitter to work, and the folks at home are going to have a much better view than we are, and we're ready for some high school baseball.
Absolutely ready for some high school baseball. I'm, super excited to see what this Colts team can do against the Vikings here. I'm happy to see it's a rivalry. I'm excited to, be a part of it.
Arlington took one on the chin against the other team that we cover, the Bowie Volunteers. Bowie actually took down Arlington by a score of 3-0 on Thursday, right before Easter weekend. And That was a bit of a surprise for everybody in the district, including this Colts team. But it also shows how any given night can be somebody's good night, as Roman Ortega was just dominant on the mound, only allowing 3 or 4 hits in a complete game shutout. And I talked to Coach Womack during the pregame, and he said part of it was having to reschedule things because of the weather conditions. You think you're going to play Wednesday, then you're not going to play Wednesday, then you got to turn right around and actually play on Thursday, combined with Ortega being a good pitcher, combined with the wind not being really favorable with the weather that was coming in.
Mhm.
So there were just a lot of factors that maybe got into the heads of some of these Colts players, and it's something that they're going to have to learn from and rebound if they want to take down the Vikings on the road tonight.
Well, we discussed that on Tuesday when they played, and they I don't want to say they dominated, but they had a pretty good game against the Bowie team that day when we were out there, remote and
Mm-hmm.
and videoing all over the place, and uh, they they probably had a little bit of a confidence boost going into Thursday night. But then, when you talk about that mental aspect of playing on a different day when you're expecting to play on one day, I mean, when I played, I always had a routine that I,
Mm-hmm.
I went through, and I
Exactly.
and it just got me ready, physically and mentally ready to go out there and do what I did and just do my job. So unfortunately, on Thursday they probably had a little bit of a lapse in focus because they were probably focused for that Wednesday.
It's time to focus in tonight, though, as a couple of teams with 6-2 records will be fighting for playoff seeding, both tonight and again on Friday. I funny enough, I have seen that the forecast says there's about a 30 to 40% chance of rain on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
so we may have to move the game up again like we did last week, and then we're back in the same boat again. So,
Right.
history has a tendency to repeat itself, and April showers, as it were, will lead to May flowers. But in
Right.
in the in the meantime, here in this month of April, we are dealing with some rainy weather conditions, and it's something that we may have to adapt to as time goes on. But the focus is the here and the now.
Mm-hmm.
Two teams both throwing their number one pitcher tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Bustamante on the mound for Arlington, Colton Quesada on the mound for the Vikings. Last week against Haltom, he threw a complete game victory,
Mm-hmm.
and according to their Twitter page, he recorded 18 strikeouts. 18 strikeouts
Hey, that means
against
you
a district
throwing
opponent.
hard, man.
So that's what Womack said. Coach Womack said that Haltom has some difficulty hitting the fastball, which seems to be something that Quesada specializes in, and he was just blowing it right by them.
Mm-hmm.
So Arlington's going to need some timing um, against a hard throwing pitcher on the road, and the wind is not as strong as it's been in weeks past, but the flags here at Viking Field are blowing kind of into our face from left center field. So it'll be interesting to see if the Colt lineup is going to have struggles with the wind again tonight like they did last week.
Mm. Yeah, and you're talking about that lineup. Well, the way that they have it built right now and the way that Coach Womack has structured it, he's got some big hitters there in the middle of that lineup. He's got one of his hottest hitters in Axel Alvarado batting in the third spot
Mm-hmm.
and got his cousin out AB right behind him.
He
So
does.
I'm looking to see that. And then, of course, we have Payne Canal always bringing the pain
He
in the
does.
fifth spot. I mean, I like that middle of that lineup right there. And then you got some guys that are geared to hit that fastball. So
They are.
it's gonna be an interesting duel out there for Quesada.
The other interesting component is that Coach Womack feels that some left-handed hitting might benefit them against Quesada, and he has put in a couple of lefty hitters that don't usually make their way into the starting rotation. Axel is usually a left-handed hitter,
Mm-hmm.
but he said that he's deliberately putting Jacob Frias in the ball game because
Mm-hmm.
he's a lefty hitter, and Joel Gomez is DHing in the 9 spot, who also bats out of the left-handed spot. So he's being intentional with incorporating some batters from the other side of the plate in the hopes that that may produce some hits and lead to some run production here tonight.
Right. Well, you wanna you want to make sure that that pitcher on the mound is getting confused as well, because he's going to try and use levels. He's with that fastball, he's going to try and use some off speed, change of pace,
Yep.
like so. He's going to try his darndest to get 18 strikeouts against this Colts team. I promise you that.
He'll be hard pressed to do so. As you mentioned, there's a lot of players that have solid batting averages, like Axel Alvarado. Players that make solid contact, like Cornell. Quiros is getting the start at first base. He has the team's only home run this season, so there is some pop in tonight's lineup, and we'll see how that plays out for them tonight. Coach Kino and the officials are waiting for Coach Womack down there home plate, and we're getting ready to bring you the national anthem and starting lineups here at the home of the Vikings. Before we do that, we want to remind you that the pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. They're a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com.
The handshakes are happening.
Folks, if you subscribe to the channel and wait a brief 10 minutes, you can join the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from or who you're tuning in for tonight. Vortex up next says they cannot wait for tonight's game. That makes 2, 3, possibly 4 of us, as Chaz Melton's running the production and the scoreboard and helping troubleshoot if the camera has any issues tonight. A couple of helpers from TCC lending the assist on tonight's broadcast. I was telling Chaz this, and I'll tell you this, Cameron. I have had games before at this venue where 90% of the setup is on me, and then a partner swoops in right before the stream starts. It is a big relief for me personally to be able to have help from you guys in making everything run smoothly and having other people lending their voices too, because I've done solo broadcasts, and the dead air when I'm trying to just get a drink of water is no fun. So personally, on a personal note, I'm excited and very gratified to have you guys with me tonight. So I'm just going to say thank you up front in case I forget later.
And I want to tell you thank you, because you're giving me the opportunity to speak on the microphone and get some valuable broadcasting experience, some production experience, camera experience. If you haven't been listening, when sometimes I get to work the camera, and they've come up with a really unique name for me.
Cam, the cameraman.
So
I don't know how we coined that. I want to say it's supposed to harken to Bill Nye the Science Guy, but
Right.
I don't know that for sure. But it's it's all in the spirit of love.
It is. It makes me smile. It's good to be wanted. Let me put it that way. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks, Zach.
Arlington is in their dark uniforms tonight. According to their social media, it's actually a blackout night. And I just packed this shirt this morning as I was getting ready to go to my day job. I had no idea it was going to be a blackout. And then they tagged me in a social media post in the afternoon, and I'm like, oh, that's convenient. I accidentally came prepared for what we needed.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
I know those uniforms are mean. I like those green pinstripes. I like that.
It's like a sheen black with the green pinstripes. It almost looks like charcoal in certain sunlight. They will be clad in those black and green pinstripes, and the Vikings will have blue tops with yellow lettering and numbering and gray pants for their home game tonight. I believe they have a yellow jersey as well that they may unveil on Friday when they're playing on the road. So they really lean into their school colors here at Lamar High, and it's something that I admire, because some teams will just go generic. They'll go with like a black jersey and a white jersey, and they don't lean into the school spirit. But you don't see very many teams that are willing to say, not only do we have yellow incorporated, we're going to straight up wear yellow baseball jerseys.
Yeah.
So that'll be something for y'all to look forward to for Friday's ball game. But in the meantime, the Colts and the Vikings getting ready to duel on the diamond here in North Arlington.
Yeah, I wanted to say something really quickly about that. You say yellow, yellow, yellow. I'm from Michigan, so I do go blue, and I want to say congratulations to my Michigan Wolverines, by the way. But we
Very
don't.
similar color scheme.
Yeah, we say maize,
Maize and blue.
maize and blue. I don't know if they say that, but I kind of like it.
National anthem time here at Lamar. We'll have starting lineups for you right after that, and then it is baseball time in Texas. Copy that link, hit that share button, put it on social media, send it to your group chat. It is baseball time in Arlington, Texas. Alongside Cameron Wilcox, I'm Zach Arnold, bringing you this District 8-6A action between the Vikings and the Colts, both of them with 6-2 district records, but that will change by the end of tonight. Ceremonial first pitch getting ready to get underway here at the home of the Vikings. Interesting that it takes place after the national anthem. Usually happens before,
Yeah.
but everybody does things a little bit differently here. But one thing that stays the same is the presentation of the starting lineups. First for the home team around the horn defensively, Lazier is at first. Ben Shryock not in the lineup but playing second base. Carpenter's at third. Owings is at short. Emmons is in left. Thompson's in center. And Connor Bouchel, a relative of our own Bouchel on our lineup, is playing right field. Brock Jackson is behind the plate. His battery mate on the mound, as we mentioned, is Colton Quesada. Quesada on the mound. Starting lineup for your Colts, leading off and pitching, it's going to be Danny Bustamante. Second and playing center field, Gannon Howard. Batting third and catching, Axel Alvarado. Batting cleanup, as you mentioned, it's cousin and then cousin, Abe Alvarado. Batting fourth, Payne Kernal will bat fifth and play right field. A little change in the lineup. Corbin Quiros is in the sixth hole and playing first base, wearing the 24 jersey for Arlington tonight. And then another change out in left field, number 8, Jacob Frias. And then the shortstop is Colin Murphy, and rounding out the order will be the DH, number 14, Joel Gomez. As we mentioned during the pregame show, Axel, Jacob, and Joel are all lefty hitters, and that is something that Coach Womack is looking to take advantage of against the right-handed throwing Quesada here tonight. We'll see if that pays off for him here on tonight's game. Also live on the Zap Network with their national anthem just now getting underway. Jot Holly and my pops Doug on the call for Haltom at Bowie. The Volunteers are able to sweep that series. They move to 5-5 in district and better their opportunities to potentially sneak into a playoff spot. So there's big playoff implications for both teams that we cover here tonight. As we open up this game, we remind you to open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows and Doors. Quesada's first pitch is in there for a called strike one. First pitch exactly 7 p.m. on the dot. Modern West Windows and Doors, our first pitch sponsors this season. We appreciate their patronage. Quesada will throw one literally in the dirt. No metaphorical dirt here at the home of the Vikings.
How we like it, right?
We like having actual dirt in the infield. You actually get to be a part of the game that way. Get your jersey dirty. Snake Eyes for Bustamante. A 1-1 count is now 2-1. As again, that one drops below the knees.
Yeah, they want to get him into deep counts early.
Work that pitch count.
Absolutely.
Some chatter from that first base dugout as Bustamante sends it the third base direction.
Looked like he chopped it off his foot.
Might have. We are positioned on the opposite side of the grandstands that you see on your video screen here tonight, folks. Way up the first baseline, just because that's the best spot for us to be able to set up shop without interfering with the fans. Luckily, our transmitter worked tonight, so you've got a more squared up visual than we do. But it is an interesting vantage point, to say the least. Bustamante swings and misses at that. It is corralled by Brock Jackson, so no opportunity for a drop third strike. And after getting ahead in the count, 2-1, Bustamante is retired on strikes.
He went down on a breaking ball. I don't think he was expecting that type of pitch.
He had a brief couple of words with his teammate that's heading into the batter's box, Gannon Howard, telling him what to anticipate as he gets ready for his first at-bat of the game.
He was over there in that batter's box, super focused.
Slider is below the knees for ball number 1 here to Howard. That one above the belt and fouled out of play. And it'll bring his count to 1-1.
And no parking lot over there.
No parking lot. Not really much to speak of, period. And we'll get to that in a moment. Very unique arrangement here at Lamar High School right now, as that breaking ball dips underneath the swing of Howard to make it 1-2. They have demolished Cravens Field, the stadium, in order to recreate it in the image of what is over at Martin High School in the form of Glaspie. All of the stadiums in Arlington ISD will reflect that image sooner or later, as this one is headed to right center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit all the way to the 345 marker on the center field wall, and Gannon Howard's going to steam into second with a stand-up double to right center. So with that construction and with all of these renovations, the parking lot has been taken over by the construction company. So the place that I actually asked you guys to go to doesn't really exist right now.
Right.
And we had to go to the other end of campus just to be able to find a place to park. And so there are some very unique arrangements for the time being while they work on these changes to Cravens Field, but they're all changes for the better. Probably the most consistent bat in the lineup digs into the lefty's batter's box with a man in scoring position. First pitch to Axel Alvarado is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Feel like they're trying to sit on that fastball, especially, when you talked about his 18 strikeouts, Quiros' 18 strikeouts. Depending on that fastball, so I think he's probably trying to get his breaking ball going and then work his fastball.
This one's a fastball, but he's off the base. That's an E3 by Lazier, and both runners are safe. The throw by Owings was in time, but Lazier stepped off of the base. And that will put Howard safely at third and Axel safely at first. That's a fielding error. That was a good throw by the shortstop, Owings. That's a fielding error, as number 21, Dom Trillo, is going to be the courtesy runner. Frias is usually the courtesy runner, but he's actually in the lineup tonight. On-base percentage continues to climb for Axel. as his cousin AB digs into the batter's box, and he squares up for a bunt. It's headed up the third baseline. Nobody's got it. AB's charging to first. He's safe, and Howard's going to score.
That was a perfectly placed bunt.
It was between third and the pitcher. Nobody knew who to cover it. Everybody is safe. Trillo to second, AB to first. It's a bunt single RBI. That was beautiful. That was small ball executed to perfection.
Manufacturing runs early against them.
First pitch to Kernal is outside for ball one. The fifth hitter of this top of the first inning with just one out.
Well, they're sitting on his fastball. They're sitting on his fastball. See if he recognizes it out there on the mound.
Kernal is going to loft this one into left field. This is playable for Emmons. And he will come up and make the grab for out number 2. The F7 will take us to Corbin Quiros.
He was trying to hit it hard somewhere. He just got under it a little bit.
Hobbs is tuning in the chat with his game live over there at Bowie, but also saying go Colts on the social media. If that's not loyalty, I don't know what is. 2 on and 2 out for Quiros. This Quesada trying to work his way out of a jam. This one's going to go into left field safely, and they're going to hold up Trillo at third. That's a clean base hit to left, but a good throw by Emmons will keep Trillo from being able to score. I think part of what they're doing also here, Cameron, is they're waiting on the changeup.
Yeah.
They're seeing the speed of the off speed, and they're able to put that in play. This will take us to Jacob Frias, the 7th hitter, and he takes a look at ball 1 too high. Bases are loaded for Arlington here in the top of the first with 2 outs.
Yeah, they have Quesada a little confused up there, I think.
He's a little flustered. That off speed will drop into the zone for a called strike 1 to Frias. He's got Trillo at third, AB Alvarado at second, Corbin Quiros at first. And he will call time to step out of the batter's box. Donna Nipper also in the chat saying kick 'em Colts, a long-time loyal listener of Arlington High. Fastball, chopper foul. He was a little bit late on that one. He didn't quite see the fastball as well as they've been seeing the changeup. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
If he puts it in play, he's quick enough down that line.
The 1-2. And he keeps the at-bat alive. I believe during tournament play, he hit a triple to right field, so he's got a lot of speed. If he's able to put it in the right place, he can absolutely charge up the baseline.
Yeah. Especially when you're a lefty, that's always an advantage against a right-hand pitcher. You see the ball better.
Another 1-2. Quesada finally agrees on the pitch and delivers home. It's an off speeder, and Frias is able to keep the at-bat alive.
He's battling up there.
It's a quality at-bat is what you would call this. It's lasted at least 6 pitches. He's battling well up there.
See if he can hit it hard somewhere, huh, Zach?
That would be fun to see. Quesada does not agree on what pitch he wants. Signals from Brock Jackson behind the plate he didn't agree with. Frias calls time. Continues to shake his head no, he doesn't want that one. And
Keep hitting it.
he'll step off the back of the pitcher's
He's
plate.
saying they keep hitting that. I don't want to throw that.
I don't want to throw that one.
I don't want to throw that.
So Arlington playing mind games with him already.
You think he's looking for up there?
Here it comes. And he gets him to swing and miss at it. Frias is retired. It's Quesada's second strikeout of the top of the first, but not before Arlington loads the bases and plates Gannon Howard. They strike first here in the first. It's Arlington 1 and Lamar coming up to the plate. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Arlington able to load the bases, but only able to bring one run home. That'll be something that they'll need to work on in future innings, leaving a couple of men in scoring position. To the bottom of the first we go, the starting lineup for the Vikings, leading off and playing shortstop, number 14, Grafton Owings. Adding second and playing third base, number 11, Matt Carpenter. Adding third and catching, number 24, Brock Jackson. Colton Quesada will hit for himself and bat cleanup, wearing that number 6 jersey, and following him will be the right fielder, number 7, Connor Bouchel. First baseman is number 2, Luke Lazier. He'll bat 6th. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Carter Emmons. The DH is Dylan Hill. He'll bat 8th, wearing number 3. And for the second baseman, Ben Shryock. And rounding out the order is the center fielder, number 8, A.J. Thompson. Defensively around the horn for the Colts, Quiros is at first base, Simon Hercules is at second, and he's the one being DH'd for. Abe Alvarado is at third, Colin Murphy is at short, Jacob Frias is in left, Gannon Howard is in center, Payne Kernal is in right. The battery for the Colts behind the plate, Axel Alvarado. And on the mound, Danny Bustamante.
He sat for a little while. Let's see what he got. He usually starts out strong.
Very well be a pitcher's duel as he delivers a first pitch strike to Grafton Owings. Coach Womack, during the pregame discussion that he and I have, were joking this game could be an hour long, as this one is fouled out of play for strike 2. If the pitchers execute and the defense executes, this could be a quick game.
Well, you know, that's one thing we don't have to worry about. Danny reaching back and throwing hard. You never got to worry about that.
The 0-2 back to the right-hand side and underneath the dive of Hercules. It's a quick grab out there in right field by Kernal, but not quick enough as Owings leads things off with a single to right.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to try and see if he was jogging up that line.
If he was going slowly, I think Kernal would have made a play over to first and just see what he could do. Wisely held off, and they'll just concede the single. Quiros covering the first base bag. They'll throw that direction, but won't even apply the tag.
Well, you know, that's something that we've seen in the last couple games that we announced together. Bustamante has a really good quick move over the first.
This one's back to the right-hand side and also into Kernal's glove. Back-to-back singles to right field for Grafton Owings and now Matt Carpenter.
Seeing our singles.
Accumulate enough of those, it can lead to some trouble.
Right. I mean, if you see where they're hitting behind the second baseman over there in that gap.
Yep.
And so
they may have to shift Simon a little bit more in
Because
order
they're behind that
in
fastball.
order to cover it. Yeah. Pitch goes too high to the catcher, Brock Jackson. Colton Quesada in the on-deck circle.
Looking to help his cause.
2 on and nobody out. Not a situation any pitcher wants to find himself in. And that one is in at the knees for a called strike. The catcher, Jackson, asking about the placement on that one. Umpire says yes, it crossed that right-hand side of the plate. Off speed, crosses him up for a called strike. Good breaking ball there.
Right. You know what? Something I noticed about Danny. He's pretty good in the stretch as well as in the windup. He doesn't lose any velocity, and you know, his breaking ball is something that once he gets it going.
This one's a hard shot. 6-4, but the toss to 3. Oh, it is in time. They got it on the hop. It's a double play to retire Jackson and Carpenter as Owings moves to third.
Stretch over there by Key Rose.
I thought it was going to be a little bit late, but the field umpire says no. Carpenter is retired. Owings moves to third base, so the tying run is 90 feet away for the pitcher, Colton Quesada. Across town, Bowie able to escape a mini jam. Still scoreless over at the ballpark at Bowie as Quesada takes a look at strike one here. Pops and Jot on the call for that one, with our other TCC intern, John Ethan, handling the production over there. That one bottoms out below the knees. 1-1 now to Quesada.
I don't want to take anything away from Hercules either. He made a pretty good throw over
That
second.
was a very tough bang play. Quesada lofts this one foul. Heading over to take a look at it, and grabbing it in fair territory is Frias. He'll make the F7 and record the out, and the runner is left stranded at third. We're through an inning. Colts lead by 1, and Cam will have the play-by-play call on the second inning when we come back here on the Zap Network. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
The second inning is presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need cast iron replacement specialists at 817-807-7069. Pipe and Peak, our second inning sponsor and serving Arlington for over 16 years. Zach Arnold alongside Cameron Wilcox, and he'll have the call for the next couple of innings in order to build those reps, as we were talking about, to get some practice on the play-by-play side of things. And it'll be, looks like Murphy leading things off here, Cam.
Yeah, we have Quesada coming back out for his second stint here against the Colts as Murphy steps into the batter's box. We have Joel Gamez in the on-deck circle, and then we'll be back to the top of the lineup with Bustamante in the hole. Here's the first pitch. Swung and a miss, fouled back to the backstop for strike one.
And it's a pretty deep backstop here at the home of the Vikings. It's probably twice as long, maybe even longer, than the distance between the backstop and the umpire back at Colt Field.
As this one is,
I got
as
it.
the second pitch is fouled off over the top of
Over
us
our
here.
heads.
I know. I feel like you could have stood up and grabbed that one for strike 2. Yeah. He's down pretty quickly, Murphy is, as he hits one to to shortstop, and the play is made for the 6-3 put out by the shortstop. I apologize. Owings, right. Grafton Owings. Makes a routine ground ball look easy over there at shortstop.
I'm going to put my defense in between us here so you can have a quick
I
peek
got
at
you.
it there.
I got you. Yes, please.
You've got the batting order there, and don't want you to have to flip back and forth between them. I only have the last names, but Owings to Lazier for the put out there for the first out of the top of the second.
Right, as we have Joel Gamez, that third lefty in the lineup coming up, fouling the first pitch off over here towards us again.
Can you all see Danny Bustamante in our camera view? I don't think you can, but he's basically standing right in front of us. It doesn't get more personal than this when you've got a ball player standing 5 feet in front of you.
I think he came over to listen a little bit.
I know players listen. I know coaches go back and listen. I know parents go back and listen. That's why we do it.
Yeah, as the second pitch is fouled off again, as we have Joel Gamez in the same situation here with the 0-2 count to Quesada as he winds up and delivers. A shot hit hard to right field. It's going to the fence. It's actually picked up by our right fielder, Bichelle, and he gets it in, and we have Gamez on with a nice single out to right field.
That was good closing speed by Bichelle in order to make sure that it wasn't extra bases. That was really solid contact, very similar to the type of contact that Gannon Howard was able to get that turned into a double to that right center field gap. So some good adjustments there by the Lamar outfield to limit this one to just one base.
As Bustamante steps in for his turn. He's got a man on first.
He got some new signals from Coach Womack. We'll see if Arlington elects to play small ball here.
Sada goes into his stretch, checking on Gamez at first. He's taking a short lead. And this breaking ball has popped up to the second baseman, Sherlock. Shryock.
We practiced that pregame.
I know.
It still gets to it.
for the second out of the inning here.
I think the wind played a factor in that one just a little bit there.
Yeah, it brought it back into play, I think, as Gannon Howard steps in for his second try at Sada. He hit one hard to the gap
Had
there.
some success last time, and this time he's got a man aboard.
So he's looking to duplicate as we have a throw over. Zier puts the tag, but he's still safe. He was back easily. Gamez was back easily. Sada to the plate. Breaking ball outside. Ball 1.
First time this inning that a batter has gotten ahead in the count on Quesada, even if it is just a 1-0.
They've all swung at the first pitch and fouled it off and then returned with another foul as Howard takes another pitch for a high ball 2.
That's right at the lettering. That's a bang placement. If he puts that just about 2 or 3 inches lower, that's going to be a called strike.
Well, I think if it breaks, it didn't break. If it would have broke, I think he probably would have called it, but it hung. As Howard hits one hard to center field, actually to right field, and the play is made by Buchel again for the final out of the inning.
Arlington's making some solid contact. Unfortunately, during this half inning, it went right to the defense. They're scoreless and leave Gamez stranded at first, and we're headed to the bottom of the second here very quickly on the Zap Network. This is high school baseball presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the second we go here at Lamar High School. Bustamante did not record an out, or a strikeout rather, but he did get some help from his defense with a 6-4-3 double play that got him out of those 2 singles that he gave up. This time it'll be the right fielder Connor Buechele leading things off. He'll be followed by Luke Lazier and then the left fielder Carter Emmons.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, when you're pitching pretty good or whatever, you still want to depend on your defense and those guys behind you. That's why they're there. Most defense really stepped up for him in the first. Let's see if he can record some strikeouts in his second attempt here in the bottom of the second.
You know, as long as you're not giving up any runs, I'm not entirely too picky as far as how you get the outs and keep those goose eggs on the board. But this is a pretty tough Lamar team that's only lost a couple of district games, as we've mentioned. And this matchup between Quesada and Bustamante was a very tight, low-scoring affair last year as well. These 2 young men match up against each other well. So this is a fun matchup and a cool, breezy night for baseball.
Yeah, as Connor Buechele takes a strike on a breaking ball for strike 1.
He liked that pitch, but
he thought he liked it.
He couldn't connect on it, though.
He thought he liked it. I think he thought he knew what was coming as Bustamante throws another one low for ball 1.
Yeah, he laid off of it that time.
Yeah. Connors, he looks like he's ready for what's coming here as Bustamante delivers him another breaking ball in the dirt. Makes him chase one down for strike 2.
And I think what's
making the count 1 and 2.
What's really good about Bustamante's approach is he doesn't really have very much of a tell as far as what type of pitch he's about to be delivering during his windup. And so his approach with a fastball looks almost exactly the same as his approach with a changeup.
As that fastball goes in about waist high, but the blue he says it's ball 1. Ball 2, I mean, as he strikes him out looking though on that one. Yeah, that's a nice strikeout on his belt.
We'll call it the reverse announcer's jinx because I was just talking about he didn't get any strikeouts, and then the very first out of this inning is a backwards K.
Exactly, and you know that it makes it even better when you catch him looking because they wasn't expecting that. As he goes against Luke Lazier. Here, another right-hander takes ball 1 low.
Lazier batting in the 6th spot this evening, right in the middle of the order.
Bustamante throws a nice ball down the middle here as Lazier swings right over the top of it for strike 2, or strike 1.
I think that was a fastball that he just couldn't catch up to.
As he gives him another one for ball 2, making the count 2-1. I feel like he's kind of, you know, throwing what he wants and hitting his spots. He looks real confident up there as he delivers another one inside, breaking ball inside for ball 3. So he's behind in the count, a hitter's count here for Lazier. And he's up there thinking about it. Gets the sign from Alvarado. He likes it. Winds up. Throws hard.
Ooh.
Strike 2.
Good pitch.
Making the count full.
Good pitch.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted.
Countdown's on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3, 2, 1.
As this one is popped up, Quiros chases, Kiros chases.
And it'll just go out of play.
It looks like it just fell out of play. I don't know if it was in play or not.
See, and that's that corner that we don't have a good visibility on. So in
Right.
those cases, we're reliant on the umpires to tell us whether that ball was caught or not. And they just return to their traditional officiating positions. So we'll return to the mound for another payoff pitch.
Full count. And he's shaking. Shake it off, and here's the pitch. Oh, fastball down the middle for another. You said he didn't get in. He say, "Oh, I heard you."
I hear you,
Yeah.
and I didn't like what you said.
Yeah.
2 up, 2 down on strikes for Bustamante here in the second inning.
Yeah, I'm not being I'm not trying to take any favoritism here, but he made some good choices up there on the mound. And,
Well, and
and
he
they
shook
paid
off Alvarado a couple of times. He knew what he wanted and then was able to deliver it.
Yeah. Well, you know, when he feels as though he can overpower someone, I think he says, "Let me go ahead and throw what I'm throwing." As the lefty Emmons comes in to bat, and he swings at the first pitch here for strike one.
Got a little piece of it, but not nearly enough for it to even go to the backstop.
Here's the delivery. Popped up foul, out of play for strike two. I feel like when he gets into this situation, I feel like I know what's coming. I feel like this lefty up there, he needs to know what's coming too. Carter, he needs to be paying attention because it's a pitcher's count. As Bustamante winds up, throws a high fastball.
Yep.
At eye level.
That was what I was expecting. I was expecting fastball. I was expecting up in the zone, make it look big and juicy. See if he offers at it.
Yeah. As he throws one in the dirt for ball two, making the count.
Kind of overcompensating there. I think he went with the slider to see if he could go low in the zone, and it went a little bit too low that time.
Well, that's your call right there on the scoreboard, isn't it?
Deuces wide.
Yeah.
I don't even play poker.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off.
And again, late on the swing, not catching up to that fastball and sending it into what used to
Come on,
be
guys, pay attention out there.
used to be the parking lot.
This
Now
ball
it's a-
rolls into center field.
Now it's a construction zone.
Yeah.
I'm going to gripe about that the entire game because now I have 3 times as long of a walk as I used to
I
try
know.
to take all of this
I had
stuff
to walk on.
all the way out
Man, if
to
I'd have known I could park
activity
right there
center.
on the street, I would have. As Danny takes his time and warms the ball up a little
Are
bit.
there people over there by
They
the
parked right.
they park?
If I'd have known, I seen them parking there.
I did not know that.
Yeah. As Danny winds up, fastball hard, foul to the backstop again.
It said fire lane, so I didn't park there.
Well, there was a police officer right there when I rolled by.
That's my fault for being a law-abiding citizen.
Exactly. It was somebody parked right in front of him. He got out. I thought they were just unloading some, drinks and stuff. Delivers in the dirt, bringing the count to full.
This is a good at-bat by Carter Emmons. Credit where it's due. He was behind in the count, and he's worked it all the way back full.
Danny's up there thinking about it. Simmons steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Looking.
Caught him looking. Strikes out the side in order, including 2 backwards Ks. Doesn't get much better than that. Yes, young man, you can walk down to the dugout with a little bit of swagger. That was a masterful performance.
That was something that you had said he hadn't done, so
Yeah,
he had to tell you. He could show you better than he could tell you.
He showed and told me, and we'll show and tell you the 3rd inning right after this on the Zap Network. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
Third inning of each game on the Zap Network this baseball season is presented by Field Ops. They do more than just field markings, they also do commercial landscaping. Find out all that John Kling can do for you by calling 817-908-2194. Axel Alvarado digging back into the batter's box, getting ready for his second at-bat against Colton Quesada. Lively dugout over there.
Yeah, they trying to get another run out of here. As first pitch is a off-speed strike to Axel. Big lefty. Sada is looking to, I'm sure.
Even though he reached on an error, his on-base percentage is just through the roof right now.
As he hits one hard to shortstop. And the play is made by Owings for the first out of the inning.
My fault.
What's that?
I was talking about his on-base percentage. And he doesn't get on base.
You're talking it into existence.
The announcer's jinx is manifesting too much tonight.
Yeah, for the 6-3 put out. As AB steps into the batter's box. Delivery. First pitch is a changeup or a breaking ball low for ball one. Cleanup spot. Down a bunt in his first at bat.
A beautiful bunt.
A beautiful bunt that he ran out.
The most perfect piece of small ball I have seen in a while.
It was very unexpected from the cleanup hitter, I'm sure. As he's sitting at 1-1, and he hits one hard to left field, over the left fielder's head. One hopper to the gate. Alvarado cruises into second base for a double off of the left field wall, sitting at about 345. He hit that about 340.
Big swing from the cleanup hitter. This young man can do it all. He can be a relief pitcher coming in jam situations. He can lay down a bunt between pitcher and third, or he can send it over the left fielder's head all the way to the wall.
That's a shot over there. Nice piece of hitting. As we see Payne Fernal come into the batter's box, looking to get another RBI here. As he takes strike one, looking. There's nothing wrong with taking that first pitch. He's ready. He's ready now. Sada gets the sign, checks on second, and delivers. Another breaking ball low.
His breaking ball is breaking too soon.
Too early.
It's breaking too early, and Colts are laying off of it and just letting it cross below their knees.
Mm-hmm. You know that's a release point.
It's a release point, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. As he delivers his second pitch of the at-bat for a strike, or his third pitch of the at-bat for strike two.
And that one broke at the knees.
That one, yeah, it's almost like he adjusted as he steps off and takes a look at AB.
Yeah, it looks like the catcher, Jackson, had some earpiece issues. They use walkie-talkies from the dugout in order to signal the pitch calls, much like they do at college and MLB. Mm-hmm. And Jackson had a little trouble with his earpiece there.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. As it's fouled towards Coach Womack, who throws his arm up as though he was going to catch it.
I got it. No, I don't.
And it looks like Payne was looking for that pitch. That was something that he knew was coming. And he hit it hard down the third base line. Unfortunately, it was pulled a little bit foul.
Just a little bit too foul.
Right. Keeping the count at 1-2.
Right idea, though.
As Abe takes a pretty big lead at second. Off-speed pitch out of the strike zone, wide, for a 2-2 count.
Alex Alvarado is in the chat cheering for AB, saying, let's go Colts, let's go number 20. Got a big hit just a moment ago. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Alex.
Sada steps off. He didn't like what he saw.
Fans, a reminder, if you subscribe to the channel and wait a brief 10 minutes, you can join the chat too, and we'll try to give you a shout out on the stream if time permits.
I know AB is out there looking to score as he takes a pretty big lead. Here's the pitch. Hit hard up the middle by Kernal. AB is rounding third. Coming home. Here's the throw. He slides it safe in front of the tag as Cornell scoots into second for another double of the day by a Colts hitter.
Let's see if we actually get the instant replay to work here on the Zap Network as AB charges around the third baseline and slides in underneath the tag to make it a 2-0 Arlington lead. Clutch piece of hitting by Kernal there.
Yeah, he was looking for that. I told you he had been sitting on a pitch, and he was ahead on one of them. He caught it that time as the ball scoots away from the second baseman, Cornell. He's going over to third and advances head first slide in the third. Moving over on the missed throw from Casada.
Yeah, that's got to be an error because it dipped too far away from the shortstop,
On Owings?
Owings.
Okay, I thought that was the second baseman, but yeah, Owens.
I think Owings was trying to cover.
Okay.
And now the entire infield is going to have to play.
Because Quiros is waiting to get himself an RBI here as he takes a pitch for a breaking ball pitch for strike one. It's only one out here. Cornell on third. That was a big piece of hitting for him to get an RBI already this inning as Quiros takes another breaking ball for ball one, bringing the count to 1-1. We have the catcher making his way out to talk to Casada. I guess they're going to work some things out.
They got to discuss this jam. It's already 2-0. You don't want to make it 3-0 if you can avoid it at all.
Yeah, Jackson, he's trying. Maybe he got something from the coach in the earpiece.
It's possible.
Yeah, he's walking out there. They had to have a nice little convo as Coach Womack has his conversation with Quiros, telling him to bring this run around, ducks on the pond.
Can't leave men in scoring position.
Especially
they did that
right on that corner.
They did that in the first inning. Left 2 men with the bases loaded, 2 men in scoring position. That one's going to be fouled off, so no chance for Cornell to run there.
Yeah, bringing the count to 1-2.
So yeah, runners in scoring position is going to be critical. Cannot leave those guys on second and third stranded.
Quiros is ready for the 1-2 pitch. Quesada delivers. Swung and a miss for strike 3 on a breaking ball to the outside. Unfortunately, he shook his head. He just missed it. Thought it was something else. I think he got fooled a little bit. He does not look happy about that. As
it was just an announcement about maybe a milestone strikeout for Quesada. The Lamar faithful were cheering up that third baseline.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure exactly what it was, though.
Well, we're going to see if we're going to see if Jacob Frias can battle like he did last time and bring this RBI around for the third score of the game. As Quesada has 2 outs here in the top of the third. As Frias pops it up to right field, and the play is made by Buechel.
That's the
third out.
Third out, and the third runner in scoring position that gets left on base as Kernal is stranded after the F9. But Arlington is able to plate AB Alvarado. He gets a double and then comes in to score on the single, and Arlington's up by 2. To the bottom of the third we go. It's high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Bottom of the third inning here at the home of the Vikings. It's the 8-9-1 spots in the lineup for Lamar. Dylan Hill, A.J. Thompson, and then back to the top of the order in Grafton Owings as Danny Bustamante comes out for another inning of work.
Right. You know, and I'm sitting here right now with a jacket on. It's getting a little chilly out here.
Breeze is coming in for sure.
Yeah.
I literally brought everything from my car because I knew the trip was going to be too long to go out and get something. So, I mean, I brought my big extension cord so that we could run power down here. I brought my tripod. I brought the tent. I brought everything in one big trip.
As Bustamante delivers hard, fastball down the middle. That's fouled by Dylan Hill to our designated hitter for strike one to the Colts bench over here. Looks like he's a little bit behind as he fouls another one off, going into a pitcher's count at 0-2. Danny's jumping out in front of these guys. That way he has options.
Got to get ahead in the count and then stay ahead in the count.
Here's the pitch.
That's the trick.
And it's grounded. Slow roller as Danny just picks it up and makes the play itself for the first out of the game. First out of the inning.
I thought that was a foul, but they're going to give Bustamante a one unassisted.
Well, if he touches it, it looked like it was fair. He touched it in bounds. I mean, in play. So it might have been going out of play. But if he grabbed it, which he did. Yeah, he made the easy play at first for himself. Help himself out here.
Not very often you get to put that on your scorebook. Just a 1U.
As he throws his first pitch to A.J. Thompson. I apologize. A.J. Thompson for strike one. Here's another lefty.
I went to go get pronunciations from one of the parents working the concession stand, and I showed them the picture I took of Coach lineup, and they were like, oh my gosh, what is that? So I was like, I know these numbers. I've got a number 17 here. I got a number 8 here. And they're like, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's so-and-so. And that was the only way I was able to get all of the names put together.
Right, as Thompson fouls off the second pitch here for strike two, putting himself in a hole against Danny as well. Pitcher's count. Here's the pitch. Hard fastball high.
It's that fastball high. When he's ahead in the count 0-2, he tends to go fastball high. See if they offer at it. So far, Lamar is laid off.
Right, making the count 1-2. Yeah, you know, you change levels on them, change speeds. You know, get them guessing. Here's the pitch in the dirt.
And that's
ball
his MO.
two.
That's his MO. He goes high fastball, and then he goes slider low. Try to mix up the eye level a little bit.
Let's see if he can repeat what he did last inning when he had a 2-2-1 on the scoreboard, and he does for strike three.
He's made his way through the lineup, 9 batters. One of them retired on a self-assisted putout.
Right.
And 4 of them strikeout victims. So he has taken care of 5 batters out of the 9 all by himself.
As we go to the top of the lineup here, Grafton Owing steps into the batter's box looking for the first pitch delivery. Here it is. Curveball. Curveball for strike one.
Took the ump a couple of seconds in order to confirm whether that one clipped the corner or not. He says it did.
Yeah, it was a nice little inside out. As the second pitch here is fouled off again for the second strike of the at-bat, making it again a pitcher's count.
You hear Coach Womack in the dugout going, good.
Yeah.
He's calling stuff, and Danny is placing it where Coach Womack wants him to. So right now, the variety and the placement is there.
Where this one is low as Axel protects the plate there and gets a little dirty. But he made the stop. You know, keep him on his toes.
My mom Patsy is in the chat for both games, hopping back and forth, saying that she's cheering from home tonight.
As Danny throws a nice off-speed pitch that's fouled back to the backstop. Keeping the count 1-2.
It's the third inning over at the ballpark at Bowie, still scoreless between the Vols and the Buffaloes. That game also live on the Zap Network.
Yeah, he's not shaking off too much right now. He's in his windup. He throws another breaking ball low, but I think that Coach Womack liked where it was. He loved the placement of it because I heard him say something about it.
I heard him giving praise.
Right.
And I think part of it is Danny's trusting his coach right now.
Absolutely. Bringing the count to 2-2. Ball is hit to center field, and the play is made for the final out of the inning by our center fielder, Gannon Howard.
And it's another 1-2-3 half inning for the Colts as they head to the plate here as we head to the fourth inning. They currently lead by 2, looking for more in inning number 4 when we come back here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Fourth inning is presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more info. And a little addendum to add on to that. That is indeed the Soto family name that relates to Sam Soto, who recently got diagnosed with cancer. And throughout the remainder of this season, we're going to do our best to remind fans to go check out the various Arlington socials so that you can find the links to the GoFundMe in order to support the Sam Strong movement. Sam, we love you, and we hope you're tuning in tonight.
As we go into the top of the fourth.
Top of the fourth here.
Leading off here with Colin Murphy. After that, we'll have Joel Gamaz in the on-deck circle, followed by the top of the lineup in Danny Bustamante, as Murphy sits at 1-1 with the pitch oncoming. Call strike for Quesada, trying to get out ahead of the batter here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, Murphy grounded out to his shortstop counterpart, Owings, in his last at-bat.
As he hits one hard to shortstop, and it's through for a CNI single. That was a good piece of hitting right there. He went with it.
And it went almost to the same place that he hit it during his last at-bat.
Right, just a little bit more towards the middle.
A little bit more centered. He squared up his swing a little bit more, and it was out of the reach of Owings this time. And the leadoff man is aboard.
Yeah, starting to end it off right as like we said before, one of the hottest bats here.
Gamez,
yeah.
Gamez has a really good swing, but he's been working on his placement. He makes really good contact, and he got a single to right field his last time up.
Right.
But I feel like he's got a bigger swing than what he's been showing, and all he needs is the right pitch to turn on.
Yeah, he's a good left-handed hitter as he takes strike one here.
Call that a strike? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he called it a strike.
He tried to bunt, but there's this player standing between me and the umpire. So We're going to have to lean over a little bit in order to be able to see.
As Quesada throws over to first, and Murphy slides back in safely under the tag. He's taking a short lead over there, but Quesada's really watching him. He will take off, I know that. As he throws to first again, trying to hold that runner.
It's a pretty good pickoff move. There's a reason why Murphy is only taking 2 or 3 steps off the bag and not anything further.
Well, they seen him attempt a bunt here on the first strike, so as he attempts another one, throw to first. Late.
Now Gomez will have to defend the plate.
Right, he took two attempts at the bunt.
Bunt with 2 strikes.
Well, he was trying to do a running bunt like a drag bunt, and unfortunately he didn't connect on either one of them, and now he's down in the count 0-2.
Well, if you foul on a bunt with 2 strikes, it's strike 3.
Oh, absolutely. He's swinging away here. He hits it to the second baseman, who takes the easy out at first.
It counts the same.
Yeah. But
it counts the same. It pushes the runner, and you give up 90 feet for an out.
Right.
Shryock to Lazier for the 4-3, and instead of laying down a sacrifice bunt, he just lays down the 4-3 put out that advances the runner.
Bustamante comes up to try and help out his cause. The umpire's over there talking with
a appeal happening from Coach Kino.
Well,
I don't know what it would be. Maybe for interference.
Where?
Runner from first to second interfering with the second baseman's ability to throw.
Well, the ball didn't hit him.
No, it didn't hit him, but he may have been in the way. And whatever it is, whatever the discussion was, it did not go Coach Kino's way.
Right, he gets to run the base path as long as he doesn't come out of the base path and the ball doesn't hit him.
Right.
He can slow down, he can speed up, he can do whatever he wants to distract that second baseman.
Yep.
But I didn't feel as though the second baseman Sherlock had any issue with fielding that ground ball.
I'm just speculating as to what the appeal
Absolutely.
could have been. Like I don't have good enough hearing to be able to tell what he's saying out there, and we don't have the technology to be able to mic up our coaches. So
right.
at this level, it's all speculation.
Yeah. I mean, they were discussing something as Bustamante takes strike 1.
0 for 2 on the evening so far. Hoping to change that here.
As he takes the second pitch high for ball 1, bringing the count to 1 ball, 1 strike, with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Quesada delivers. A breaking ball hit down the line. Foul. Down the third baseline, foul. If he was just
it
curved a little bit. It curved a little bit.
Just a half a second more on that swing.
Yeah, he was looking for that breaking ball and connected really hard. He hit it hard down the line over the third baseman's head, but it careened foul for strike 2. I don't think Quesada wants to throw that one again. So he's looking for a sign.
Maybe not in that spot.
Right. He's got his sign. Checking on second. He steps off. And Murphy makes his way back to second.
Shryock came over to check in on him and say hello, but that's all it was.
No throw. As we get back to the action, Murphy takes his lead again. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to the shortstop. And the play is made at first as Murphy moves over to third. As we have Gannon Howard come up for his third at-bat. He had a double in the first, and then he had a fly out to right field. And here we are again in the same situation with a man on third base, 2 out here in the top of the 4th.
Grafton Owings has been busy tonight. If it's not a single past him to center field, he's making those 6-3 putouts over there.
Right. Here's the first pitch. Call strike. on a off speed.
Yeah, he dropped that one belt high. I guess that just wasn't what Gannon was looking for on that particular part of the at-bat.
Right, you're talking about who's putting out. Bouchel has a couple of putouts over there too, but as Gannon swings under or over the top of a low fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, that was
bringing the count to 0-2.
More like a golf swing, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was chasing. He's stealing.
No,
Murphy was stealing.
No. They're saying
Murphy was stealing.
They're saying it's a balk. And
it was a balk.
He's going to be awarded home.
Exactly.
Quesada,
Murphy stole
Quesada had a bad move to the plate when he saw Murphy head home, and he balked. And regardless of the play at the plate, the run is going to score. Murphy is going to be credited with a run.
Base running.
And we'll have to credit it as a run on a balk.
Hey, he's got a slow move to the plate.
Wow.
Slow move to the plate.
What a play. Coach Kino is furious.
He walked out there to protest, but it was nothing to protest. As we get back to the action, Quesada throws a strike 3 on a breaking ball to Gannon Howard.
But not before some aggressive base running forces a mental mistake from Quesada, and Arlington plates their 3rd run. As we head to the 4th inning stretch, we're going to see how these final innings unfold, and Modern West invites you to see the difference new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the sponsors of the ZAP 4th inning stretch. Back after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
And welcome back to the Lamar Vikings baseball night here, as we have the Colts up 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning here, and we are ready as the Vikings are leading off with Matt Carpenter, followed by Brock Jackson in the batter's box, and in the hole, Colton Quesada, the pitcher. And that's a unique thing where, I mean, I've seen that a couple times this year where the pitcher is batting in the cleanup spot, trying to help themselves.
Or you'll have him leading off like Bustamante does. When he's not pitching, he's still leading off, just playing shortstop. So sometimes it may just depend on where you feel your comfort level is for that particular player in the lineup. But either way, they got a little bit of work to do as Arlington plates a 3rd run in one of the most aggressive ways you could think of.
That was
an attempted steal of home that forced a balk from Quesada as he changed his throwing motion in order to try to get home on that slow approach to the plate.
Yeah, as Danny Bustamante comes in to see if he can recreate the last 2 innings here, especially the one in the 2nd, where he got a 3-up, 3-down with 3 strikeouts, as he gets up in the count again with 2 breaking balls for strikes to a looking Matt Carpenter for an 0-2 count. Here's the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. A breaking ball foul to the backstop. Yeah, he has to protect now. He's already down in the count. So let's see what Danny is doing here. He keeps that ball warm out there.
If he keeps the trend going on an 0-2 count, he usually goes high fastball. We'll see if that's the call here.
As Carpenter takes time.
Yeah, we'll have to wait a few more seconds to see if that's the case.
Yeah, that Vikings batting lineup has been getting down, as you called it, high fastball here, which Carpenter lays off of for ball one, bringing the count to 1-2.
The Bowie bats have ignited in the third inning, and
as he jams him on a breaking ball inside, swinging for strike 3.
They're about as hot as Danny Bustamante is. He's got 5 strikeouts on the evening now, as Carpenter is retired.
It was on his hands too. He thought it was going to break, and it really did. I mean, it was. I'm not behind the plate, but I wish we had a little bit of a different vantage point, so I could see where that breaking ball was going. As we come up to our next batter, Brock Jackson, as he takes his first pitch for a ball.
Grounded into a double play back in the first inning.
Yeah, he's looking to make up for that as he takes the first pitch and takes the second pitch, bringing the count to 1-1, as that was a strike right down the pipe, looked like, from, like I said, our vantage point. I mean, he did hit it. Here it is. Another fastball straight down the pipe as Brock Johnson swings over the top of that one for Brock Jackson. Swings over the top of that one for strike 2, bringing the count to 1-2. Danny, it looks like he got a little upset with that pitch.
When he's ahead in the count, he'll either go really high or go really low, and he chose low with the slider there.
Yeah, I don't think he hit his spot on that, but he was a little upset with that. Maybe it was a different situation, but he's delivering here. Curveball. Fouled to Coach Womack.
Coach
AB
Kino.
wanted it.
Coach Kino's up there for Lamar right now. That is Coach Womack's usual spot when they're batting. Yeah. Tried to barehand it and almost collided with AB up that baseline there.
Right. Yeah, he pitched it on over to him real quick. Looks like they're going to use the same ball here.
Might as well. While we have a second, Bowie has just plated 6 runs in the third inning. They lead Haltom 6-0 now.
As Danny throws one inside for strike 3 for Jackson. Looking on that pitch. He was not expecting that.
Frontwards K, backwards K, 2 up, 2 down, 6 strikeouts for Busta.
Told you at the top of this, at the bottom of this inning, I figured he's going to look to see if he could recreate that second inning here, as we have Colton Quesada taking his first pitch on a swing.
That's a wicked off speeder.
That's what I was going to say.
Once
he gets it going, once he gets his breaking ball and his off speed going, he's a very, very tough pitcher on that mound. Here's the second pitch. Another one for strike 2.
Cue up DJ Khaled. Another one.
And another one.
Another one.
Yeah, Danny's taking his time now. He's up 0-2 in the count on his opposing pitcher here.
High heater or slider? Which one you going through on this 0-2?
His last couple ones he's actually thrown a slider, but this one I think he's going to go high. He pops it up. It's a fastball.
It's headed for us. Heads up, fellas. It's legit coming for us. Whoa. Okay.
All right.
About 10 feet away. My goodness. I was about to throw my body between the ball and
the equipment.
My hundreds of dollars worth of equipment we got here on the third baseline. Luckily, that's not the case.
Yeah. Woo. As we get back to the action, here's the pitch in the dirt.
Cannot be too careful.
Can't be too careful.
At any baseball game, but especially high school.
Ball 1. 2 strikes, 2 outs to the opposing pitcher here. Trying to help his own cause as he hits one hard.
But
Coach,
foul.
yeah, but foul down the third base line. As Coach Keno just steps out of the way of this one. It was hit a little harder than that last one he barehanded.
Yeah, he'll let Frias go grab that out in the left coffin corner. And we'll come set again for another 1-2.
Yeah. There's a new ball in this time. As Danny looks and gets the pitch he wants and delivers. A fastball hit to center field. Gannon Howard is under it. He's making the third out for a routine fly out to center field for
That's
the third out of the inning.
Probably the hardest in-play contact Lamar has gotten all night, and luckily Bustamante's defense is able to back him up. Another 1-2-3 half inning for Arlington, and we're headed to the fifth here on the Zap Network. It's high school baseball presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
Welcome back to North Arlington, just on the other side of I-30, intersecting with Davis Drive. I used to live off of Davis Drive back in my youngster days, so this is very familiar territory for me as we get ready for the fifth inning here on the Zap Network. Axel Alvarado is going to be leading things off as I take over play-by-play duties for the back stretch of these innings for this district contest between the Colts and the Vikings. Quesada's first delivery is in at the knees for a called strike one. Quesada does have 4 strikeouts this evening, which is not bad by any stretch of the imagination, as Axel takes a look at ball one here. The thing that I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, though, he went a complete game in a 3-0 win against Haltom, and according to their socials, he recorded 18 strikeouts. So he's kind of in between, 4 versus 18, but he's been able to limit Arlington to just 3 runs. Trouble is, he's only got 2 hits and no runs of support so far. This one's a belt to left field. That's headed to the gap. Axel is going to have to hold up at first base, but he will lead things off with a hot shot to left.
Hot bat. Hot bat.
Trillo will come in most likely, number 21.
Yeah, there he is.
There is Dom Trillo. And there is a leadoff man aboard for Arlington again.
Well, you know what I was going to say. It's not that Quesada's doing anything wrong.
Right.
The Colts have manufactured a run. They
Literally.
stole home. And this was a situation, I think one run is like.
Right now, 1 is all they've needed.
Well, one of the runs wasn't off of something that they did to manufacture it or stealing. It was off of a hard hit.
The 0-1. And AB will look at that one. It's a called strike at the knees.
Yeah, he just didn't like that one.
Didn't want to offer it that. Got a big double to left field. It's a 2-for-2 evening for him so far with a single and a double. And Quesada did not like whatever the pitch call was. Lazier covering Trillo now at first base, and it's going to pop in and out of his glove, and it'll force the shortstop Owings to cover second in case Trillo thought about doing something funny. But he will hold up there. And AD will dig back to defend the plate on an 0-2. That one's going to bounce in front of Brock Jackson. A good dig by him. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, if that pitch is to get by you, there's a good 20 to 25 feet before the backstop makes contact with a wild pitch.
I think that the Arlington Colts probably have had the shortest backstop that we've actually covered this season.
Oh, absolutely. It is unusually short compared to teams like Sam Houston
Right.
or even Bowie.
Right.
It's the shortest backstop in the district, and that will play a factor in the return game on Friday. 2-2 now to AB. Next pitch. Check swing. He went around.
That was a tough one for him. That was a tough at-bat for him.
It crossed him up. He wasn't seeing the pitches as well as he was in his first 2 at-bats. And there's one away now.
Yeah, I
for
think
Payne Kernal.
I think he got a little bit confused up there. You know, his first 2 at bats, he saw some things that he liked, and I think Casada kind of learned from that. It didn't do what he was doing in those first 2 exchanges.
First pitch is not a pitch at all, but a check down over to first. As Lazier applies a tag, but throws back in time. That one is a very big swing that just hooks too far foul.
He did that in his last at bat as well. Hit one down that third base line pretty hard.
Just got to straighten it out a little bit.
Right.
Another check, and another courtesy tag, and another safe signal from the field umpire. Trillo getting his jersey plenty dirtied up tonight on these dives back to first. Quesada comes home with an off speed that is in at the chin of Kernal for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Aces are wild here. And that is a probably much closer pickoff throw than what we have seen. Lazier just unable to field it properly.
Yeah, Trillo better stay on his toes over there.
Quesada comes home with it. And it'll be a called strike. Clips the outside corner. Kernal doesn't care for the call.
Sort of same thing happened in the last at bat where Quesada threw one to the outside of the plate there. Flip.
1-2. Kernal holds off. Jackson digs it out. And it's just a harmless ball, too. As Trillo stays put at first base.
Another RBI here is what he's doing.
This is a chopper to third. 5, 4. But the throw over to first is not in time. It's just a fielder's choice that retires the lead runner. That'll take us to Corbin Quiros. He had a single in his first at-bat and struck out in his most recent appearance. 1 on and 2 outs now for Arlington as Quiros looks to try to bring the runner around. Chopper, third baseline, and that's fair as it backhands off of Carpenter. Runner's coming around to third, and they're going to wave him in as the left fielder bobbles it. Here comes the run, the throw, to the plate, not in time! It's a double for Corbin Quiros, and Arlington makes it 4-0. Kick up the dust, young man, as that one is highlight worthy. Except all it is a celebration because we snagged it too late. But a big double down the left field line for Corbin Quiros. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Arnold comes in to score.
That left fielder out there bobbled it. Left fielder out there bobbled it.
This is a hot shot to right field. That's going to be trouble for the center fielder. And he's got the grab made. We were too busy talking about the last play and almost missed this one. Frias flies out to center, but not before Arlington plates another run. It is now a 4-0 Arlington lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th here at the home of the Vikings. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to Viking Field. Alongside Cameron Wilcox, I'm Zach Arnold. Chaz Melton on the production side of things, keeping up with the balls and strikes and the commercials on the scoreboard here. As we bring you a District 8-6A game that has lived up to the hype with some exciting plays that have gone in Arlington's favor thus far. And we'll wait and see if the heart of the Lamar order is going to be able to make any noise. These are the young men that were all strikeout victims in 1/2 inning during their last plate appearance. Connor Bushell struck out looking. Luke Lazier struck out swinging. Carter Emmons struck out looking. 5, 6, 7. Those are important spots in your lineup, but Bustamante made quick work with them the last time he saw them.
That's right. And the thing is I mean, if you look at it, he's they haven't really done too much damage here. They had 4 hitters, 3 hitters. They haven't went through the lineup twice. They're still in their second time here through the lineup, which is a testament to the defense and also to some really good pitching up there by Danny Bustamante. As he pitches it hard.
Blows that one by Bushell for strike one swinging. And comes right back with an off speeder. He's got both of those pitches working for him right now, and it's a pretty thing to see.
No, it's pretty much this whole game we've seen him 0-2.
Sharply caroming off of the fencing along the first base line. And it was a fastball that Bushell just wasn't able to time properly. He actually swung early on that one, trying to anticipate the fastball. Just didn't square up. Tapper, this is trouble. Murphy across his body, and it's not going to be in time. That was a tough play for anybody at the shortstop position. Connor Bushell will lead things off with an infield single.
Yeah, it was a softly hit ball towards the gap between shortstop and third. AB, it was a little bit far for him to get. So Murphy had to get in the hole, deep in the hole over there, and he tried to make a throw on it. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit too late.
First pitch swinging as Bushell is chased back by Alvarado. Luke Lazier, a strikeout victim his last time at the plate. High fastball, too far inside.
Something flies. Oh, it's his mouth. I've seen somebody wear a mouthpiece in baseball.
Very rarely. As that next pitch, fastball too high above the lettering.
This is a rarity right here.
They'll check over on first. A good pickoff move. Not quite enough, as it'll stay 2-1 at the plate with nobody out.
I feel like they know not to take too big of a lead on that.
I think this might be the second 3-ball count we've had from Bustamante all evening. And Coach Alvarez will stop to talk about it.
Just a little bit concerned, I guess.
I don't know if it has to do with placement or maybe if it has to do with his headspace with a runner aboard, but this is probably a good timeout call to just work on the defensive alignment, give your pitcher a chance to catch his breath. And I just got confirmation that the Sam Soto is tuning in from the hospital right now tonight, cheering for the Colts. We mentioned it during the reader for Trinity Logistics, but if you all want to contribute to Sam's recovery, follow Arlington Baseball on social media. There are links to the GoFundMe so that you can also be a part of the Sam Strong movement. As this strong swing by Lazier is missed on to bring the count full.
Yeah, happy to have you viewing, Sam.
Payoff pitch is too high, and Lazier reaches on a free pass. 3 hits allowed, just 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. With a 4-run advantage, you're not necessarily nervous at this juncture. However, one swing of the bat could theoretically make this a whole different ballgame. So there is a little bit of caution.
Got some guys behind him.
I would hope mostly confidence as he delivers ball 1 just a little bit low to Carter Emmons.
Yeah, he's got some guys behind him though that are ready to make a play for him. So he can, settle down and
Trust your defense. Even if contact is made, trust your defense.
right.
Ball 2 at the ankles as that slider is just not in the zone.
It's almost like he's thinking about it though.
He's overthinking it. I think that's what's happening. He's overthinking his placement. He's overthinking his pitches.
Yeah, he was in a good rhythm there.
He's getting in his own head right now. That one, he's able to square up. Emmons not able to square up on it, and will foul it out of play. Play is going to be made as we were getting some feedback. I believe it was on our ambient mic. So it may just be our voices for the remainder of the game if I can't figure this out, Cam. What was that play? That was just a put out that
Yeah, it
moved
was
the
just
runners?
a fielder's choice over to.
Who made that play?
I want to say the shortstop made that play.
So that was Murphy?
Yeah, I want to say Murphy made that play.
We'll say that it was Murphy for the time being while I try to adjust sound settings here.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, nothing to apologize for. If anything, we need to apologize if y'all were getting a big feedback loop just a second ago.
I do know it was a fielder's choice, though. That one is fouled to the backstop.
DH Dylan Hill as the runners advance to second and third. We'll try to troubleshoot it in between innings and see if we can't lock down what happened here. As that pitch is too high. Bouchel retreating up the third baseline. Somebody must have stepped on a cable or something must have come loose.
Well, it's like
We'll figure it out.
somebody has some electronics over there. That might be some feedback.
That one's too high, says the umpire. And it's ball 2 here. Chris Crocker using the hashtag #SamStrong in the chat. I'll be sure to use that hashtag on social media as well. The 2-1 swung on and missed. 2-2 now to Dylan Hill.
Looking to help himself out here. If everything goes wrong, help yourself, right?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and he'll throw over to third to chase Buechele back.
Tell him, Danny, you're not going nowhere on me. We did that to you. You're not doing that to me.
The 2-2. Chipped into the glove. That's a strike 3 swing. And it's out number 2. And it's strikeout number 7 for Bustamante. So it'll be up to the center fielder, A.J. Thompson, to try to bring Lamar's first run across. It's the best opportunity they've had all game with 2 runners in scoring position. Arlington trying to leave Buechele at third. First pitch is going to get fouled off of the wrists of Thompson for strike number 1.
Yeah, Danny has already punched him out one good time. So I'm sure he's looking to, like I said, help himself out here, out of a little bit of a jam here. And
Chipped into the glove, and it's strike number 2. Bustamante 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam.
this is probably the biggest trouble he's seen all night.
He is about, well, I'm not going to say anything, 'cause the announcer's jinx has been,
It's you. It's you.
It's been
It ain't
electric
me.
tonight.
I've been spot on. It's you.
It's been all my fault. The 0-2. Chopper, third baseline. AB bobbles it. He's got to throw it across the diamond, and it's wide. 1 run is home. 2 runs are home. And Lamar has cut the lead in half on the E5. Just like I said, 1 swing of the bat, and a 4-0 lead is now a 4-2 lead. Buechele and I believe Lazier coming in to score on the 2-run error. First pitch to the shortstop, Owings. Or is that the second pitch? It's showing an 0-2 count here. That's the first pitch to him at the plate. Yeah, that's an old ball and strike count. Yeah. Chaz had it right.
Yeah, 1-0.
That's
right?
ball 1 to Owings, yeah. Chopper to short. And Murphy's going to kick it away. And the E6 will put the runner aboard. Back-to-back errors committed by the Colt defense will keep the inning alive. The tying run is aboard, and the lead run is at the plate in the form of Matt Carpenter.
Well, that is a rarity.
They've done it on just 3 hits. These 2 base runners are aboard because of defensive mistakes.
Yep.
That one is too low to Carpenter, and it's ball 1. Bustamante. Thompson at second. Owings at first. And ball 2 to Carpenter. One mound visit has already taken place here in this inning. A second one would mean that Bustamante's evening is over. Arlington trying to avoid that. Agrees on the pitch. Turns and delivers. Chopper. This one is to Hercules. He's got to flip it to Busta, and he dives for the putout.
That's the way to get out of that inning, young
A
man.
4-1 putout will end the inning, and Arlington escapes the jam, but they do give up 2. Stick around, folks. We've got an exciting couple of innings left to go here at Lamar High School. Back after this on Zap.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Welcome back to the home of the Vikings as we get ready to rock and roll here. A 4-2 ball game after a couple of Arlington errors were able to plate a couple of Lamar runs. Colton Quesada is back on the mound as Colin Murphy digs into the batter's box to lead things off for Arlington here. He was able to get aboard on a single to center field and scored that controversial run on what the umpires deemed a balk during his attempt to come home. First pitch to him from Quesada is low and inside for ball 1. This game, particularly at this ballpark, Cameron, usually has a lot of emotions and a lot of drama, and it is no different here tonight.
Right, I know. It seems like a heated rivalry.
There's a pretty strong contingent of students over in that far section. I'd say about 30 of them. Some of them shirtless on this chilly evening for a baseball game.
It's a rivalry. They're making it one.
It's
Absolutely.
emotion-filled, to say the least, as Murphy can't connect, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Quesada sends that into the netting, and it goes about 6 feet away from us.
Feet on the swivel around here.
No doubt. Murphy officially 1 for 2 on the evening, hoping to make it 2 for 3. The 1-2 lofted to left field. Emmons is on his horse.
That looks like trouble.
And he's not going to get there. It is a 2 for 3 evening for Murphy as he's in with a stand-up leadoff double.
Man, he just stuck his bat out there, let the bat do the work. It hit on the fat part of that bat, and it took off down that right field line.
Big swing there for Murph as he is able to get into scoring position. According to the scoreboard, the 10th Arlington hit tonight. And we may get a pinch hitter in this DH spot. Joel Gomez was able to get a single to right field, but was retired on a 4-3 putout most recently. And you can see the visible disappointment from 14 as coach is putting in the call for a pinch hitter. We'll see who that is. I believe I know based on what I was told during pregame. He said he'll be the first pinch hitter out of the dugout, and here he comes. Number 26, Noah Cifuentes, coming in to pinch hit for Arlington. Noah's got a big bat. He's just had a little trouble with his timing. Sometimes getting underneath it and popping it up instead of popping it out of the park.
He had a pretty big hit last week, though.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He's been making solid contact. It's just sometimes that contact goes to the defense.
It goes right to the player. Right.
He's got a man in scoring position here as he takes a look at strike one on the inside. Bustamante in the on-deck circle.
That's what Coach say. This is what you're here for, big hits now.
He's going to put this in play, back up the middle. Owings bobbles it, throws it, and makes the out. But it does move the runner another 90 feet as Cifuentes out on the 6-3. Owings to Lazier. But now there's a man at third with just one out for the top of the order in Danny Bustamante.
This is the spot you help yourself at right here.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Bustamante, an unfortunate 0 for 3 on the evening, hoping to change that here. First pitch drops into the bucket, off speeder for strike one.
Hope don't cause out here.
Nothing in one out. Quesada turns and fires. Too low and away. Backhanded there by Jackson as Busta sends the stop signal to his teammate up the third baseline. Wild pitch scores another run with how deep this backstop is.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
Next pitch. That's headed to left field. That's going to be trouble. And here comes the run. Bustamante, I believe, is retired on a fly out to left, but it is going to be an RBI. Sac fly that'll plate Murphy. And he does indeed help his own cause. F7 RBI, and Arlington gets a run right back. It is now 5-2, as they only have one inning that they've been scoreless. They've got a tally mark in the first, third, fourth, fifth, and now sixth, as only the second inning has been empty for them so far tonight. Gannon Howard takes a cut and can't connect. It's 0-1 to him.
1 and 3. He had that double in the first, and
it's been a little quiet since then.
hey,
Most recently a strikeout victim, one of Quesada's 5 on the evening. Swing again and a miss again. After that contact, he has not really been able to do very much against Quesada.
he's been mixing it up on him a little bit. Excuse me. Mixing it up on him a little bit where, you know, I think he was looking for something and he hasn't seen it since the first inning.
And he is caught looking there as well. The backwards K retires the inning, but not before Bustamante gets an insurance run after giving up 2 in the last frame. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Colts are ahead by 3 here at Lamar High School. Back after this on the Zap Network. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Back at Lamar High School, the Colts lead by a score of 5-2. A across town at the ballpark at Bowie. It's the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Volunteers are pouring it on against Haltom. They are still at bat with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, and they lead the Buffaloes by a score of 13-0. Their game may end before our game does as we go into the bottom of the 6th here. It's going to be Brock Jackson leading things off, followed by Quesada and Buechel. And it looks like Bustamante is coming back out for another inning of work after a little bit of a rocky 5th. Couple of defensive mistakes, allowing a couple of runs to come across. But they do still hold a 5-2 lead against a team that they are tied for 2nd place in District 8-6A. Both of them with 6-2 records coming into the evening. South Grand Prairie with a 7-1 record. The Martin Warriors also 6-2 in district coming into this week. So it goes South Grand Prairie and then Arlington, Lamar, and Martin all chasing them with 6-2 records. Lamar has been swept by South. Those are their 2 district losses. Arlington split with South. And I believe Martin still is yet to play them. I haven't checked Martin's schedule. This is a foul off of the bat of Brock Jackson here to start the bottom of the 6th. Arlington still has Martin as the last week of the season. Their senior night will be against the Warriors and their heated rivals. That could be a game for playoff seeding. That one's off of the wrist of Jackson, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie, the other team that we cover in Arlington ISD, faces these Lamar Vikings next week. And if they are able to continue taking care of business against Haltom the way that they currently are right now, they could be on track for playing for playoff position as well against the Vikings. So there's a lot of drama still to unfold here in District 8-6A. The final season of this district alignment with Haltom, the Arlington ISD schools, and the Grand Prairie ISD schools before Arlington ISD joins a new district, as this one is trying to go into a new zip code, but the right fielder, Kernal, says not tonight. Jackson is retired on the F9, and there's one away. Over the summer, there will be some redistricting that'll take place for the foreseeable future. The next 2 years before realignment, we'll see Arlington moving into a district with the Aledo Bearcats, the Weatherford Roos, and the Granbury Pirates, along with their Arlington ISD counterparts, Bowie, Sam Houston, Lamar, and Martin. Strike 1 is fired at the knees there to Colton Quesada. 0 for 2 on the evening, both of them going to the outfield. This one going over our heads and into the practice field. Quesada is quickly behind in the count, 0-2. In play, into the hands of AB as he throws it across the diamond for the 5-3 putout. It actually bounced in and out of his glove and then into his hand, and he was able to corral it and throw it in time to catch Quesada. And it's 2 up, 2 down to take us to Connor Buechel. Connor got an infield single and scored one of those 2 runs during the last inning. Just a soft tapper that went to the gap between third and short. He can't connect there. It's 0-1. As it's 2 up, 2 down. Hoping for 3 up, 3 down. Busta. This one's back up the middle, and the announcer's jinx goes in reverse order again. As I was hoping for a 1-2-3 inning, and instead it's a 2-4-3 outing for Buechel. He had a single in his last at-bats, got a single here. And there's a man aboard with 2 outs for Luke Lazier. catching up our color commentator, Cameron. Jackson led things off with a strike, fly out to right, rather. That was the first out of the inning. Quesada retired on a 5-3, and Buechele reaching aboard on a single back up the middle. First pitch is on the outside here to Lazier after the check down at first. It's 1-0 to number 2, 6-hole hitter. Walked and scored a run his last time up. This one's lofted in the air, headed for right field. Kernal giving chase and making the grab. So it's not a 1-2-3 inning, but the single to center by Buechele is for naught. And we're headed to the top of the 7th. The Colts are ahead by 3. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back after this. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
To the 7th inning we go, one way or another. This could be the final opportunity for Arlington to collect some insurance and the final opportunity for Lamar to make a comeback. It's going to be Axel Alvarado leading things off. He got a single his last time up. He's also reached on an E3, so 2 times reaching safely out of 3 tries tonight. He'll be followed by his cousin AB, Abe Alvarado, who's got a 2-for-3 evening, and Payne Kernal, the other young man guaranteed an at-bat here in the top of the 7th. It's a regular tradition for you, Cameron, to try out the hot dogs or hot links that they've got at various ballparks. What's your impression on this one tonight?
Right now, I'm impressed with it. I think it's pretty good. It's nice and spicy. You know, I like them pretty spicy.
Still doesn't compare to Birdville, though, does it?
Yeah, Birdville was. It's real close, actually, to that Birdville.
Okay.
Birdville hot dog.
That's the litmus test now. Is it Birdville good? As Axel fouls that one off to make it a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, to be perfectly honest, that was a hot link, actually.
That was a hot link, not a hot dog.
Yeah, that one was a hot link there.
This one's a soft tapper, but it's to no man's land. Quesada, off-balance throw, and it's going to go wide. And here goes Axel headed for 2. The throw, the tag, it's going to carry him off and head to shallow center field. And Axel is going to reach on what can only be an E1, and he'll get 2 bases out of it. That throw pulled Lazier off of the bag, and he was able to make it all the way to second base as it went wide.
As Danny Trillo pops in as a pinch runner for you.
This will be a mound visit, but it will not be a pitching change. I've seen Coach Kino make those decisions himself. I want to say this is Coach Goodman, the pitching coach for the Vikings, coming out. So it's just a conversation with Quesada. Try to settle him down as Trillo will indeed come out to run over at second base. Arlington with an opportunity for an insurance run, currently leading 5-2. The return game is this Friday over at Colt Field, a home and home series between these two teams. I'll be on the call with my pops Doug for that one. Cameron, I put you a little bit closer to home. You live in Birdville. We've talked about Birdville a lot. So you'll have the game at Haltom between the Buffaloes and Bowie.
Looking forward to it, actually.
You and Jason Holly both living in that area. I figured that would be the right decision to make, so y'all only have about a 5-minute commute going home.
That's nice.
My dad lives like 5 minutes down the road on Cooper Street from Arlington High School, so the only one that has a really long commute is me because I got to go all the way back to Fort Worth. I'm going to move back to Arlington soon enough, though, as this is ball 1 to AB.
I'm actually looking for some for a place in Arlington right now.
Well, I know what places to go to and what places not to go to. We can talk about that off air.
Absolutely.
I've lived here in Arlington my whole life. Love this town, love this school district, love being able to cover these young athletes and their achievements. Check swing, umpire says he went around. It's strike 2 to AB.
This is looking sort of like that last at bat. I pray he pulls it together here.
Trillo with a decent lead off of second, but the second baseman Shryock covering him there. Low and away, but it's dug out on the backhand by Jackson. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to AB. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Some activity, some active sound effects from the Colt dugout. And AB can't connect. 7th strikeout of the evening for Colton Quesada. He just hasn't had enough run support. And this is the second mound visit of the inning, which means we may be seeing a pipe and peak pitching change. New pitcher coming down the pipe, presented by our friends at Pipe and Peak Plumbing, when we come back here on the Zap Network.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com. Pitching change presented by Pipe and Peak, serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. Coming over from shortstop to take over on the mound is number 14. That's Grafton Owings. Owings now on the mound with 1 out here in the top of the 7th after Quesada goes 6 1/3 with 6 strikeouts and 11 hits allowed. So 7K, 11 hit,
It looks like
5 runs.
Apologies. Looks like Ben Sherlock.
Shryock.
Is just moving out of the DH position.
Well, he was being DH'd 4, so he'll go from second to short.
Okay.
Which means there's a new player at second.
Which is 13, number 13.
It's Carson something. I can't read Coach's Chicken Scratch.
It's okay. Let me see.
I want to say it's Carson Brooks. That's what it looks like.
Brooke.
Just Brooke?
Yeah, Carson Brooke.
If there's any Lamar faithful in the chat, please correct me, because Coach's Chicken Scratch is not the most reliable source. First pitch from the new pitcher Owings is a called strike one to Payne Kernall. We'll just hope that it doesn't get hit that direction and hope for the best.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Brooke. Brook.
Brooke, the new second baseman. Swing and a miss from Kernall. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Trillo still over at second base, hoping to be brought in. That one's going to bounce off of the mask of the catcher, and he doesn't know where it is. Trillo will move over to third on Owings' wild pitch.
And you said it. They played one in every inning.
Can they do it again? Owings with a 2-2 count to Kernall. Next pitch. That one's hard hit to left field. That one's carrying. That one is gone! A 2-run bomb for Payne Kernall over the left field fence. And it's an exclamation point for the Colts here in the 7th.
Bringing the pain. Bringing the pain. That was a good hard shot over the left field wall. Looked like it went about 350. That's a little bit of insurance, right?
Owings just left that one hanging, and Kernall took advantage and had an emphatic bat flip. As soon as he swung it, he knew it was gone. Trillo comes in to score on the homer. And Arlington's up 7-2.
It all started with that E1.
This one's a ball to Quiros, the other young man who has a home run this season. He was swinging for the fences on that one.
Just missed.
2-2 now. Just a bit outside. It's a full count.
Yeah, he's trying to make it a 3-for-4 day here.
He's got a single and a double and a ribby. And he can't connect there. But it's a drop third strike. So they'll force Jackson to throw. And it'll be up to Jacob Frias to extend the inning. As Kernall with the emphatic marker here in the 7th. Frias will look at ball number 1. And he'll look at a strike, just barely clipping at the knees.
He hits it hard.
Whew, good swing, just too sharply up the baseline there.
I was going to say, he hit one hard last inning. Just was a hard hit fly ball to the right fielder.
And that is a call, strike 3. Frias is retired. Owings gets a couple of Ks, but he also gives up a couple more runs on the big swing by Payne Kernall. He brings the pain, as Cameron said, and Arlington is 3 outs away from their 7th district win. Back after this, here on the Zap Network.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. Arlington 3 outs away from picking up a big win, as Bustamante looking to go for the complete game victory, with number 17, Carter Emmons, leading things off. The 7, 8, 9 spots in the Lamar lineup looking to try to extend the ball game.
Well, that 2-run shot helps them out a lot, and it also probably gives them a little bit of an extra boost coming out for this last inning.
Oh, no doubt. When you have a big swing like that, you're not only excited for your teammate, but you're excited for yourself a little bit to try to put yourself in an even better position to move to 7-2 in district play. Fans, a reminder to stay tuned for the postgame show presented by John Wade Roofing at the conclusion of this ball game. It'll be an abbreviated one because we have a pretty big cleanup and a pretty big walk out to the parking lot. But we will bring you some thoughts on this ball game as Arlington showing their stuff. But Lamar will not go quietly, as this will be a leadoff single to left field by Carter Emmons. That'll take us to the 8-hole hitter. I don't believe this is the same hitter we've had all evening. I see a different jersey number.
Right, that's where they had Dylan Hill hitting, and they have a number 5 in there right now.
This is number 5. And this ball is going to get away on the check down. They will throw over to second base, but it will not be in time. So the error puts a man in scoring position. This is number 5 coming in. Preston White. Preston White. That one I can't read. Check swing. They're going to say he did not go around, and that's a ball to him.
I had a feeling they were going to do a pinch batter here in this situation.
Well, it's especially easy to do when it's the DH spot.
Right.
In at the knees for a strike.
Well, it's your 7, 8, 9 also.
Correct.
So you want to put your best hitter in, especially in this situation.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, that was that high fastball that nobody had chased.
Preston got it. And that is a strike number 3. 8 Ks on the night for Bustamante.
Yeah, that didn't work out in the Vikings' favor there.
They still have a man in scoring position for A.J. Thompson. He reached on an E5, and that errant throw resulted in both of their runs. And he was looking for some more runs there as he swings and misses for strike number one.
Yeah, this is the third time that they've had somebody in scoring position. So
Another swing, another miss. 0-2 now to Thompson. New pitcher, Owings, waiting in the on-deck circle. Bustamante gets the pitch call. Quick glance of second, and the come home. Way too high. It's 1-2. He went with that high heater after
right.
going with a bunch of sliders on his previous 0-2s.
Yeah. Well, I guess he saw Preston White take that chase after that high heat.
Why not?
Why not throw one to Thompson? Or Thomas? Yeah.
Just a bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the center fielder. Busta comes home, and it's going to go off of the wrists and out of play.
Threw that one a little inside on him. He takes it. No, the lefty takes it opposite field. Shot out of bounds over there, left field wall.
Just focus on the man at the plate.
And
Catches the corner, called strike 3.
Yeah, you called it. You called it. Focus on the man at the plate. And he absolutely did there. Giving him a nice breaking ball as he goes down looking.
And it looks like maybe he hit his pitch count.
Right.
As Coach Womack is going to come out and have a chat with him, or is he just going to talk to him about getting this final out? No, he is going to have to pull him. And we're going to take a short break as we get ready for this final out here at Lamar High School. Pitching change presented by Pipe and Peak when we come back on Zap.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
New pitcher on the mound presented by Pipe and Peak, serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. Coming on for the final out of the ball game, sliding over from third base, it's Abe Alvarado. Abe Alvarado taking over on the mound, and playing third base will be number 12, Adam Tayara. We'll see if there's any other defensive adjustments or if they're going to let Danny Bustamante have this final out as a break. But that is the new pitcher for the Colts. Fans, I'm going to go ahead and take a little look at our friends from John Wade Roofing as we have a break in the action. We'll remind you that the upcoming postgame show will be presented by them. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was the team MVP in '76. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Our thanks to John Wade Roofing for being our title sponsors again this season and our post-game show sponsors. We're just getting the reader in a little bit early so that we can be respectful guests and try to get out of here in a timely fashion whenever the game does go final. Bustamante finishes the evening with 6.2, 9 strikeouts, and just 5 hits allowed with 1 walk. Just another day at the ballpark for Bustamante.
Just another day at the ballpark. He had it going early.
Be up to Owings, who is, I want to say 1 for 2, and E6 doesn't count towards your at-bats. They're going to keep the runner at second as that one skitters away from Axel. Reached on a single, flew out to center, most recently reached on an E6. Ball 1 here with 2 outs. Hercules is indeed staying into the ball game. I believe that's Murphy still playing shortstop. So Bustamante will have a little bit of a break for 1 out here as AB tries to finish this ball game off. It's a little bit low to Grafton Owings here, and it's a 2-0 count.
This is my first opportunity to see him throw.
He was a district starter last year as a junior, so he's got a lot of experience on the mound. Just coming in more of a relief appearance this season. It's got to be a cool feeling to be able to pitch to your cousin, though.
I know. I saw that when he was warming up.
Strike gets called there, right over the heart of the plate to bring the count to 3-1.
Probably something they've been doing their whole lives, probably.
That's exactly it.
Just a little pitch and catch.
Evans, the runner at second. Right back to AB on the shot hop, and he'll underhand it to end the ball game.
Hot shot for the third out.
Those reflexes of a third baseman come in handy on this putout, and Arlington moves to 7-2 in district on the 7-2 win on the road. We'll go ahead and take it into the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing alongside Cameron Wilcox. I'm Zach Arnold. Cameron, thoughts and impressions on this game as a whole?
Well, they started out pretty well in the beginning there, plating a couple of runs in pretty much every inning. All the way to consistently.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They took a couple of chances early. They, manufactured some runs. They did it pretty much every which way to score points. And then on the other end of that, Bustamante going 6 2/3. He didn't reach his pitch count, but at the same time, he had a lot of plays behind him. A lot of plays by his defense behind him, but then also he helped himself out a lot during the middle innings.
Yep. Yeah, he had a total of 9 strikeouts while also doing his part as best he could at the plate. He had that F7 for an RBI, otherwise a relatively quiet evening, but still a very impressive outing on the mound. And Kernal with that big shot over the left field wall to give us an exclamation point.
Right.
These two teams on paper were very, very competitive, but Arlington was able to take care of business on the road here tonight. And now we have a little bit of anticipation, as it were, for the upcoming game on Friday, because Lamar is going to be itching for revenge.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to be itching for revenge. I think that they had a couple of bright moments there. I mean, they had some opportunities to kind of do something, but it was, like I said, extinguished by the play of that Colts defense.
Yeah.
Even though they did make a couple of mistakes there in the fifth inning, that right there, they bounced right back and came back and made some plays to end this game for Bustamante.
Yep, he will get the win as the Colts move to 7-2 in district, looking for 8-2 on Friday. But we're going to have to keep this post-game show short because folks are already filing out here. Cameron, thanks again for joining me on the broadcast tonight. Thanks to Chaz Melton for running the stuff behind the scenes. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in to tonight's ball game. Final score again in this one, Arlington 7, Lamar 2. We hope to see you all again for the game at Colt Field on Friday night. But until then, we hope you all have a great night. It is a great night for baseball.
Great night for baseball.
We'll see you all again on Friday. Good night, everyone.
All right.